Philip Crowther, international affiliate reporter for the Associated Press, is in Burlington, Vermont with the Bernie Sanders campaign. Philip, welcome back to the show. I know you're outside the polling station where Senator Sanders cast his vote. How are things looking for him today?
Well, look, things still look good for Bernie Sanders on this Super Tuesday. 14 states voting altogether. He still hopes that he will come out of this as the even clearer front runner on the Democratic Party side. He voted here at his usual polling station in Burlington. He lives just down the road from here. He was here with his wife, Jane Sanders. They spoke to us just before entering the polling station with Bernie Sanders, saying he wanted to make sure he gets at least 2 votes here in Vermont. In other words, I think we know who he voted for. But Vermont isn't the key state really for him here. He's the firm favorite to win here by a very, very long stretch. The key states, of course, are California and Texas, with 415 delegates available in California, 228 in Texas. And put those 2 states together, and what Bernie Sanders hopes is a really good result for him in both, that would put him in a very, very nice position indeed.
Turning now to the Biden campaign, there's been quite a turnaround over the past several days.
Yeah, there truly has, and he couldn't have timed this that much better. The only problem is Super Tuesday, a lot of these states did early voting, meaning that those who voted for the likes of Pete Buttigieg or Amy Klobuchar, well, their votes stand for nothing right now. But this is a very big boost for the former vice president, with 3 endorsements coming in the space of 24 hours. Pete Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, Amy Klobuchar, the senator from Minnesota, and then Beto O'Rourke as well, the former congressman from Texas. All of them now standing behind Joe Biden, and you know what Bernie Sanders calls that? He calls that the establishment of the Democratic Party coming together to make sure that he does not get the Democratic Party nomination. This really is a grouping of the moderate candidates on the Democratic side, all of them now seemingly standing behind Joe Biden to stop Bernie Sanders from getting the nomination. So really things are still looking good for Bernie Sanders, but he's got not just one opponent, but several now banding together on the other side.
Well, Phil, let's talk about the others that are still in the race. Senator Elizabeth Warren is still in the race, as is former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg and Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard. How are things shaping up for them?
Yeah, let's look at all 3. Mike Bloomberg, the former mayor of New York City, this is the first day that he is actually on ballots on Super Tuesday. He is on them in all 14 states plus American Samoa. And this is the day when Mike Bloomberg wants to show that he really has the clout to become the nominee for the Democratic Party. He plans to stay in this race even if there is a bad result for him on this Super Tuesday. He will be campaigning in Florida today, and that is one of the states where he will be on the ballot in the future as well. So Mike Bloomberg will be staying in the race, he says, at least. As for Elizabeth Warren, the senator from Massachusetts, well, we'll have to wait and see how she really does today, because that includes her home state of Massachusetts, where Bernie Sanders of Vermont, might just beat her, and that might be a reason for the senator from Massachusetts to actually possibly get out of the race. Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, the congresswoman, I don't think she'll get all too many results on this Super Tuesday, and the pressure on her to drop out will be pretty big indeed. The ballot really has changed in the Democratic Party. There are still quite a few names on there. If you look at the sample ballot here in Vermont, for example, there are all sorts of names on there from candidates who got out of the race over the last few days, weeks, or even months. But the field really has narrowed, and that is good news for 2 people, really, for Joe Biden and for Bernie Sanders. We expect after this Super Tuesday for this maybe to turn into a bit of a 2-horse race.
All right. Well, Philip, thank you so much as always. Thank you for your analysis. Philip Crowther, international affiliate reporter for the Associated Press. Thanks again.
Thank you.